narcissists, with communists, can you shame them? How do you shame the shameless? I mean, regular people, we feel shame. We repent, feel bad about something. We feel guilt. But shame is like, you learn from shame. You know, you're like, oh, no, never want to feel like this again. This is awful. You're embarrassed. Your face turns red. Everybody knows about it. That is how you learn. Shame is very, very important. And Hollywood doesn't have any. And I think that sort of makes it like, they're unrelatable. And because they're shameless, they're gross. They're as gross as Democrat politicians and the uniparty neocon people, Republicans and Democrats, actually, just the politicians, basically everybody in Washington, D.C., who went 93% for Kamala. 93%. We really got to empty out D.C. It's part of getting rid of the swamp. Got to empty out D.C. People aren't supposed to be living there on the regular. It's supposed to be where the congressmen go to do their work. That is what D.C. is for. And they're just building like a suburbia there. Everybody thinks the same. They all live in a D.C. bubble. It's not healthy for our culture. It's not healthy for our population. They've poisoned themselves inside of this bubble, and they can't deal with reality. And they're teaching everybody else to act that way. They're teaching them to do that in the colleges. People can't even handle that election loss. They need milk and cookies and time to process and all of that. Did they give us that when the election? I mean, when there were shenanigans in 2020, they're probably going to take away my video now because of that. I bet TikTok will, so I'll have to edit that out of the TikTok one. But YouTube allows it now. But did anybody give us milk and cookies and pat us on the back and give us a day off because Trump lost the election? No, they couldn't care less about us. They called us all terrorists and January 6ers, and there was no compassion. These people don't have compassion. They pretend to have it. They don't have it. Real compassion, you can tell, you can feel it. It's real. Authenticity is huge. I really hope that we see it in real life as well as in Hollywood. I hope there's still some talented people out there that know how to write compelling characters. Stop putting yourself in these movies. I don't want a story about you. Or if it is about you, then maybe it's a story of something that you've dealt with in your life. The character doesn't need to be you. They don't have to have the same gender, sexuality. They could have some of the same experiences as you, but they are not you. Unless that's what you're trying to do, is show us what like you were like when you were younger. But that's not the show that I tuned in for. Get it? Okay. A lot on my chest, especially when it comes to Hollywood. Ugh. But there are some bright spots. I really liked WandaVision, and I really liked Agatha all along. You gotta stick with Agatha all along. Get to about episode 3, where they go on the witch's road, and then stuff gets fun. And they go on these trials, and I actually really like the character of teen, because he is somebody else. I'm not going to tell you who, because I don't want to spoil it. Somebody else in the comics, and he is canonically, in comics canon, he is gay. So they didn't put that in there just to put the diversity in there. The character is actually gay and has a boyfriend and a lovely relationship in the series. So but they did make Agatha gay. But I don't really mind, because I like the chemistry between her, the woman that's playing Agatha. I think her name's Catherine Hahn. I like the chemistry between her and Aubrey Plaza. I like the chemistry between the two characters. I can't tell you who Aubrey Plaza plays. Rio. We'll just say her name's Rio Vidal. She's somebody else from the comics too. But her and Agatha, they have a relationship that goes way, way back. We're talking centuries back, because Agatha is a witch with steal people's power to continue living on. But I mean, there's all sorts of things that are in this show that are fun to watch. So I recommend you check out Agatha all along. I know like Nerderotic and all the others are saying like it's not very good, but it is. It's fun. It's a fun ride. And Marvel hasn't taken me on a fun ride in a really long time. And maybe I'll count Thor, Love and Thunder, as far as, actually, you know what, there are elements of the Marvels that I like too, especially with Miss Marvel. She's adorable. I can't remember her name, but she had her own series. I never watched it, but in the Marvels, I really liked her. She is a funny girl. She's a character I want to root for. She's not perfect. That's another thing. Hawkeye was really good. It's a great Christmas series to watch. And it's got Haley Stanfield, I think her name is. She plays Kate Bishop. And she is a lovable character too, because she's a little bit of a klutz, even though she's a rich girl and all that other stuff. These people, they knew how to write compelling female characters. So props to them on that. If you got to watch 3 Marvel shows, give you faith that maybe there's still some people there that know how to write and know how to bring compelling characters to life. WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and watch Hawkeye for the Christmas season. All right, you guys, I think that's enough for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for more Hollywood bashing and politics.